Mora Health Clinic was founded by the Jesuits in 1992 at the conclusion of the Salvadoran Civil War. The clinic is currently run by CRC, a non-governmental organization that developed during the war to help reestablish social and economic stability in the Suchitoto area. Mora Clinic serves 26 rural communities. Today we will be traveling with the doctors to the community of Zacamil Uno. The doctor drove us in his pickup truck towards Zacamil. Initially, the road was paved, but after we turned off the highway, the road quickly deteriorated into mud. We traveled about 3 miles in 30 minutes with Orlando following us on his motorcycle. When we arrived at Zacamil Uno, the doctors were quick to unload the vehicle and set up shop. A crowd had already gathered and was waiting to see them. This building was initially constructed with funds from the United Nations and the European Union as a medical outpost. However, no medical supplies or equipment is stored here. The doctors brought everything they would need with them today. When the doctors aren't here, this building is used as a community library. While the doctors finish unpacking, the community health volunteers begin taking patient information. The vast majority of the patients waiting to be seen are women and children. This woman has brought her child to the clinic because her daughter has a fever and a cough.
¿Por qué usted está en la clínica?
Tengo un montón de enfermedades.
Sí, como que.
Padezco de reumatismo.
This man has come to the clinic because he has problems with his blood and also a pain in his ear. Many of the women are hesitant to talk with us, so we continue to interview the men. This man explains the healthcare options available to him.
Mora Clinic is very good because it doesn't cost. Plus, when the doctors come here, I don't have to spend money on the bus fare. I could go to the private clinic in Suchi, but you have to pay $5 or $6 just to be seen, so I wait for the doctors from Mora to come here.
Orlando explains further about the services available.
The hospital in Suchi is free, but the service is pretty much non-existent. Several years ago, I was eating and I got a fishbone lodged in my throat. It was very painful. I went to the hospital in Suchi and they sent me right away to the hospital in the capital. But even then, they did nothing for me. They kept me for observation for 5 days and did nothing. Eventually, the bone came out on its own and I went home.
At the end of the day, the doctors have seen 55 people, all free of charge. Some were given treatment on the spot, like this little girl, who received a breathing treatment and a vaccine. Many others had prescriptions filled, and a few were given scripts to come into the clinic for blood work and other more complicated tests that could not be performed in the field.
For people to come to the clinic from communities like Zacamil Uno, it's a very long trip. It takes an hour or an hour and a half by bus, depending on if they are bringing children with them or not. Just today, we saw a total of 55 patients, which is a number I am very pleased with. I would like to thank all of you who have accompanied us up to this point and who have held the needs of these communities close to your hearts. You saw today how we get services out to the communities, thanks to you.
As you have seen, conditions in the communities are poor, but we have the strength to overcome these difficulties. We can go out to these communities, we can reach them even though there are many challenges, thanks to you. We can continue to fight to make these trips. Thank you very much. I hope you are able to return with us to these communities soon.